Imagine moving into your dream home, a sprawling farmhouse with endless charm, but soon you realize you're not the only ones living there. Shadows move without reason, whispers echo in empty rooms, and a sense of dread takes hold. This is the true story behind The Conjuring, a haunting so terrifying it became one of the most infamous paranormal cases of all time. Let's unravel the mystery together. In January 1971, Roger and Carolyn Perron moved into a 14-room farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island, with their 5 daughters, Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Cindy, and April. The family was looking forward to a fresh start. The house, built in the 1730s, seemed perfect, but they were unaware of its dark history. Over the centuries, the property had seen numerous deaths, including suicides, drownings, and murders. Local legends spoke of strange happenings, but the Perrons brushed it off until the disturbances began. The haunting started subtly. At first, the family noticed odd occurrences. Brooms would go missing, or they'd find small piles of dirt on the floor after cleaning. Doors would open and close on their own. The youngest daughter, April, claimed she had made a friend, an unseen spirit named Oliver. But things escalated quickly. The children reported seeing spirits, some harmless, others terrifying. One particularly malevolent presence was described as a woman with a crooked neck and a sinister smile. Carolyn Perron, the mother, began experiencing disturbing phenomena herself. She would wake up with bruises, feel sharp pains, and often sense an oppressive presence watching her. One of the most notorious spirits the family encountered was believed to be Bathsheba Sherman. Bathsheba was a real woman who lived in the area in the 1800s. She was accused of practicing witchcraft and sacrificing her infant to the devil. Though she was never convicted, the locals ostracized her, and her name became synonymous with evil. The Perrons believed that Bathsheba's spirit was haunting the house, and specifically targeting Carolyn. Lorraine Warren later claimed that Bathsheba saw herself as the mistress of the house and wanted Carolyn gone. Enter Ed and Lorraine Warren. Known as America's most famous paranormal investigators, the Warrens were no strangers to hauntings. When the Perrons reached out for help, the Warrens agreed to investigate. Lorraine, a clairvoyant, immediately sensed a dark presence in the house. She later described it as a place of immense sorrow and suffering. The Warrens conducted multiple investigations and eventually held a seance to communicate with the spirits. According to the Perrons, this was a turning point. During the seance, Carolyn Perron was thrown across the room and briefly possessed. She spoke in a deep, guttural voice, shouting in a language no one understood. It was so intense that Roger Perron demanded the Warrens leave immediately. The Perrons stayed in the house for almost a decade despite the activity. Why? Because they couldn't afford to leave. Over the years, they learned to coexist with the spirits, though some encounters were terrifying. Andrea Perron, the eldest daughter, later described the spirits as mostly benevolent, but a few were angry and hateful. The family's nights were often interrupted by doors slamming, footsteps in empty rooms, and a constant feeling of being watched. One chilling incident involved Cindy, who claimed a spirit whispered to her repeatedly, "There are 7 dead soldiers buried in the walls." In 1980, the Perrons finally moved out, but the haunting didn't end there. The current owners of the farmhouse have reported paranormal activity, though nothing as extreme as what the Perrons experienced. Meanwhile, the Perron story gained fame when Andrea Perron published a 3-part memoir, House of Darkness, House of Light. When The Conjuring was released in 2013, it brought the Perron story to a global audience. Though the movie took creative liberties, many events were drawn directly from the Perrons' real-life experiences. So, was it all real? The Perrons insist it was. Andrea Perron has said, "You can't make up what we went through." But skeptics argue that the family's experiences were exaggerated or misinterpreted. Some believe it was mass hysteria, while others think the Warrens played up the story for fame. Whatever the truth, the Perron family's story continues to fascinate and terrify. For believers, it's proof that the paranormal exists. For skeptics, it's a reminder of how powerful our minds can be when faced with fear. The Harrisville farmhouse still stands today, a silent witness to decades of fear, mystery, and speculation. Would you dare spend a night there? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more spine-chilling stories.